small rotate. Here's Clicks and Calc, and I think based on the congestion that I'm box to box on these mid-ground layers, right under dubs, they might go for the impact. No, they just replaced the floor.
Two people so close having the same playstyles. You saw what Mega and Dubs just did to Kaz. This is what Clicks does individually to people time and time again, so them being so close could prove disaster for both duos. They have to get away, but they don't even know it. Dubs is looking for it. There it is. And Clicks backs up. You're not facing a low reaction time duo. This is going to be speed versus acceleration. The question is, who's faster? No materials left, so they're looking for anything, a morsel, before they move. There it is, but with 11 total builds, will Stretch be able to survive this landing?
Everybody trying to land on one side of zone, the closest one that will be there, but Knight and Rogueshark make that nasty play. Oh my goodness, Stretch on the Damians. I was pointing out, Booga is now down, and Stretch did get the impact. It's Dubs and Mega on his wall. I was pointing out Knight and Rogueshark up on height. They built over the tower there in Dirty Docks off the backside of zone, so I believe they're going to be able to have that. Can't quite look up. Saf finding one as well. AV connecting for a couple here. Stretch on the Dubs and Mega again.
Dubs and Mega, Clicks and Calc have been able to just traverse both sides of this mid-ground, getting multiple eliminations, so anyone trying to survive won't be possible. Balo, you were right. It's Shark up at height, but AV is trying to contest for that top spot as well. These guys are used to being in that position. Mega and Dubs, though, feel right at home. Next to a mountain, might have to elevate just a bit. No, they choose the launch pad and get all the way up, possibly working for height right underneath Shark.
And they got it. They didn't realize that was happening. They got the cone off. Mega did.
No, wait.
It's going to be the same thing. Hold on. He gets knocked out, but I think he's safe. I think Mega still maintains, and he is going to launch up, but bonks his head. They're still fighting, and Dubs is nowhere to be found. He reconnects. This is so important that he holds this. Yes, he does, because Mega's still up top, and they've now lost it. Dubs and Mega, but at what cost? 12 builds from this position.
This reminds me of the finale of Squads Game 6 right now, moving up a great mountain. Everyone left behind. AV on the right side, Chap nowhere to be seen just yet. Clicks fighting Avery box to box as Shark gets left way behind in the depths. Booga's down, Stretch trying to clutch. Clicks now by himself as well, looking to see if he can wrap up the game with more eliminations. Has to move through Joey, and AV first picks up Joey, then over AV he goes in the box. Tries to move forward, more eliminations. Is it possible? He just misses Chap by his hair and gets the big clap back on the backside, then catches up to Chapman through the stairs, gets a pick, defends, gets the finish. Oh my god, Clicks, how are you alive?
And now it's still Dubs and Mega spraying down against him. Strobe, and I believe Goosh still alive. They finished that off. Even though Clicks did his best, yes, it is Strobe, but Goosh is down. 2 eliminations for him. AV still up in this game. Mega down on low ground. They're trying to close things out because it's Strobe against AV with Dubs and Mega up on high.
And we know how these games go time and time again. It's always height that has the advantage. There's never any blunders, and with a big hit right there from Mega, we can already possibly see game 1 wrapped up with mid-ground to height transition to momentum. And right now, these guys look to just hold their spot, playing patiently, waiting for Strobe. In its last moment, he doesn't have any light whatsoever. They take game 1, 18 total points. That is a good start to the incredibly competitive
inning. Opponents at least negate the rises in placement points that could have.
Man, this zone is a difficult and long one.
It's going all the way north. Another eastern zone, but definitely a different change in scenery. Shark is the one who's the solo who maintains height, and if he watched EU earlier, he might have a bout of confidence. As zone does bounce behind him, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the launch pads. Can he actually find it? This was the difference, though. Even though Aqua was on height, he wasn't really necessarily doing too much about it. He wasn't trying to get these shots, and he had a minigun as well to kind of show that he was a duo. And yes, that dream to hold on to height as a solo is not going to work out even close. As even down below, big pump from Shark. I'm not sure who that was on. It's Clicks and Calc. He's in the box. He takes out Clicks to start things off. And Calculator's left him completely in the dust. Shark with the refresh off of Clicks. Could still last a little bit. And there's 3 floppers, maybe 4 off of the body. So he lasts as this goes up to the northernmost edge of this map.
Does he have the time, though? He does, and he makes it in with 1 more flopper to boot. 100 total HP. Can he pop the minis for the shields? Up top on height, there's his own fight brewing, and on mid, Commandment High Sky, Scented, and Edgy are controlling all sides and aspects. Shark wants to migrate in. He gets a bounce back, actually, Oh my god, the zone's working completely in his favor, all the way directly in front of him. He can kind of survive now with 13 duos left. They also get a chance to breathe, a chance to just see what's going on. Daxter actually going straight down to Commandment. High Sky finding the finish. Hip is down 2. It's Avxry and Haz on height. And we know that when these guys are up top, they finish games fast. They have an RPG. Calc is still trying to survive at low ground. Has 19 points in total. Can buff that up once again. But he has to be careful with this RPG. We've seen so many mishaps happen box to box. He has to choose the right time to use it with 6 rockets. He sends it through with a harpoon, but it doesn't hit.
And Calc actually has the opportunity. He did take out Dubs to finish that top duo out. Calc has the opportunity to overtake, I believe, along with Shark by himself. So a couple of different solos now trying to put their stamp on this game. But of course, Avxry and Haz up on height. There's Acorn and Jack also in this. Scented and Edgy. A lot of big hitters still here right now. And Calc, Knifer, so many solos to also try to make this work.
And these are solos that clutch things out. The thing is, only one person can have the first place slot. Knifer's inventory looks so good, but to play with Storm, you need HP, my friend. Something that you lack. Acorn is alive. Boyle is here. There are 9 duos left, but there's only 12 people remaining. And as Bala mentioned, this is going to almost be a solo game with Haz and Avxry controlling things from the high ground. Knifer, though, no mini ammo. His minigun, not going to be that much of use. Scented and Edgy, one of the 2 duos that are still alive and together. As 6 get left, placement has not been handed out yet for the 5th place slot, and we are in the 9th zone.
Scented and Edgy still a full duo together. Same with Sizlucky and Lazar P, who could make their mark on this with this game. And they're up on high ground, or mid ground, at least that second high layer. A lot of different solos on all the different ones. Knifer waiting right now. A big RPG just went into Scented and Edgy's box. And that's the cue for Knifer to possibly go down on them. And he does, but snaking his way through. He's not going to be able to get up on height. He does take out Edgy. The siphon got to come through. Finally, yes, it does. Where does he find his way? Can he find his path? It's Metal to break through. That's his. He does. The zone is favoring him. Acorn on the backside, and he's going to be able to finish that off, I believe. Now, Edgy. No, Scented against Sizlucky. He's holding him out. This could be a free elim for him, but no! It's actually Sizlucky to clutch up in the 1 versus 1. Now, 1 versus 2 against most likely Haz and Avxry. We haven't quite seen above. And he does have a harpoon to make this work. It's going to go down off a low, but he can't go too fast. Yes, it is Haz and Avxry. A lot of material still remaining, and it's hard mats that he puts out to maintain a position and possibly get some heals.
If he's trying to just have this tarp go over the limit all the way around, it's not going to be possible. He moves up a few layers, goes for the quick fight, but Haz sees it coming. It's Avxry that stops it completely from up top.
Mega's still in this game. Assault and Blake as well, who've got
out of position to have height, as well as Nano and Vivid. Kaz and Crimz finally are together, not damaged and not disturbed in their own box. Look at this huge. I was going to think that the Porta Fortress was removed, but base.
Knight and Rogue Shark doing the Verox and Mexi, and it's working. And this huge base makes it actually two things. It makes it harder for teams to decide how to push this, but it also gives way more opportunities for people to land on and also sneak attack. If that was going to happen, Knight was going to take out pokes from the sky, get the finish 2. He's lurking behind, making sure that nobody is holding Stretch and Booga. They love to take height late from in the backside of this 5th zone. There was a possibility for a time being. Mega and Dubs again are challenging them. And it's going to work out. A couple tags onto Mega, but it's not enough. Booga now left to clutch by himself instead of Stretch. He's in the box with Assault. A big start with the tack shotgun. He has the drum gun too if he wants to follow up, but Assault is not the player you want to be in the box with.
And he goes down, I think, to Blake, actually, who helped out Assault that whole time. Assault gets to live. And because of the fight at height, we get to see these second height squadrons fighting against each other undisturbed. Now, finally, when Dubs has control, when Mega is still alive, my question is, did Knight and Shark get to live and give this up, or were they forced off? Knifer and Snaker are going to be alive here as well. We know how sticky these guys can be to height and delay them from getting any other picks, being focused on that duo 24/7. Strobe also trying to find a way to survive, but Tfue and Sculptor here with a lot of ammo into that minigun.
And he is going to heavy snipe in, double time to get themselves away from that zone line and not lose any HP, because that's critical at this stage. Mega still up on high. He's only held by 1. He's going to get felt all the way down, I think, but the reconnect is possible. No, they still hold. And interesting enough, they had no mat, so how do they play out of this?
And that's an obvious play as well. Now it's going to be a little bit tricky. One deceptive duo still alive right now. Zayt and Saf fully healed in the middle of the whole server on their own lair. Could they peek out at the end and find victory is the question. Finally, AR given down. The strat that Dubs has is getting all the mats onto him as Mega is low. Built out for the duo individually, and then after that, given all the ammo to pressure backwards as well. But it's Sniper and Snaker, the sticky duo, coming all the way in from the back, trying to take height. Dubs doesn't have many mats left for the 180 rotation. Vivid and Nano are peeking their heads right below the dirt, waiting for an opportunity as well. Knifer falls down, low HP. Dubs has a peanut butter edit, but all the way up top of the trees, it's Acorn who waterfalls down with Jock. Somehow these guys have height. I don't know. If you blink, you missed it. They are so good at keeping their strats hidden until the last moment.
That they are, and I can't believe the amount of times we've seen this from Acorn and Jack in the final zone, taking height. Dubs finally falls, and I think right before top 5, or maybe he was just got that top 5. There's 3 duos alive. It's just Visuals who's by himself against Acorn and Jack, Zayt and Saf, and Vivid and Nanolite.
This is a classic historic matchup. Vivid going down to Zayt. We haven't seen that in so long. But afterwards, just before the beam comes in, he gets taken down by Visuals, who gets a bright picture as to how his Zayt's pump looks right in front of his face. Saf now looking forward with many minis, but will have to use the shotgun first to take out Visuals on low and then take over that duo on height. That's a tall order. He gets focused first as Visuals just sits back, relaxes, and waits possibly for one Elim to come through. He gets a shot up top on Acorn. He's barely disturbed. The beam's still coming in. Surprisingly, Visuals is living this entire time now with threat, but with this much HP left, he goes down to Acorn's shot. A calm finish, a strategic takeover by Acorn and Jack.
Scented gets a nice beam onto him. A good start. Booga and Stretch looking very, very good on the side of the zone as it goes across this entire ravine. Nobody going to take the top side. They're all going to opt to actually play the low ground. A couple people connecting. Paper and Jamper are going to be the people who take height, I believe. Booga and Stretch reconnect to them as well, but for the time being, it is going to be Paper and Jamper.
His Visuals actually on the dead side of zone, coming up all the way on low, controlling everything for the people down below as we watch this fight take out on height. Booga looking back for some angles with Stretch, but it's Bank and Says Lucky that end up coming through this tunnel that they cannot see. It's very deceptive to get that launch pad all the way up and around from height. They're going to be still going all the way forward. It's Paper Jamper, as you mentioned,
take it from here.
Still holding. They have position, but the investment, it's only 24 mats left, and they're finally getting focused. They're so high, finally find a reconnection as the 6th zone locks in the 7th. Does it bounce back? No, more investment is needed. As Scented is still alive all the way on low ground. Booga and Stretch immediately move, find the launch pad, hit it off too at a cost of Booga's shield, as Vivid and Nano now have the opportunity to find new height. No, it'll be Booga Stretch who base up on top of them. Paper and Jamper have to catch up.
Yeah, they do, and they are going to do just that. It's a lot of teams building out the mid-ground layers so they can stay and maintain this high elevation, and also the split tarp. The fundamentals showing up good here for Paper and Jamper. 4 Elim so far and starting to rise up, and possibly another team that we should be talking about when the leaderboards come up at the end of this game.
And one thing to note is that every person you see below Jamper right now has some form of shield. Even if their solo is down, they're going to be sticky. If there's attacks involved, it's going to take 2 shots, possibly a reaction time available to place a wall. Class is there, fighting for the top spot near the upper echelon of the leaderboard. We have Grandpanippers and Mikey, a duo, still surviving. Chap by himself. We saw AV go down. Going to be the focus of RPGs and finally get invaded by Grandpanippers and Mikey, making him drop down. Finally on low ground though is Booga. Stretch operating by himself, still high, has some points, has some materials and eliminations. Finally comes down with Booga. They're underneath everything, but Tristan Hip swips down below and gets Booga. Stretch gets taken out by an RPG from Mikey from down below, and Haz is still alive as well.
Haz still in this. Mikey starting to claw his way back in. One of the teams that also gets wins time and time again in final situations. Haz, though, it does take him out. It's Grandma Teach by himself. Same with Haz. It feels like it's all solos. I think one duo remaining as Grandma gets in the box of Haz and ends that quick right there, but not before the top 5 comes flying in. Here it is now, 2 versus 2. As Nano goes down, make it 2 versus 1. It's Vivid down on the ground with no materials in the water. I don't think there's anything he could do unless he could find some mats. No, he does not get quick enough to hop in that box and get the refresh to land, or in zone to land on right now.
Yeah, nothing in zone to land on. There's water all the way on the ground if you come in slightly short. There's so many people on the south side, which is late. Just look at the mini-map. Look at the player count. 50. No one's gone down yet. There's 28 duos. There's our first knock, just slightly in a few ways in. But Dubs and Mega already having trouble in trying to control height. Finally, I think they get it, but there might be people up top.
They just dominated Preen on the way back. And look, Shark and Knight have launch padded off the position that Mega came to, and they're now on opposite sides of 5th zone looking and staring down the barrels at each other with the snipers and everything they have. Oh, Mega actually got the refresh off of that, which is very important. Shark at the same time, they blocked off the angle against Dubs and Mega, and they look down and find a nice double RPG elim against P-God.
There's an artificial makeshift bridge now all the way from one island to the next. And an RPG with Knight and Shark, it might be just an easy target for them to shoot at. Looks like right now from the other side, Dubs and Mega are hoping for the zone. They do not get it. Have to come straight all the way through and by. They still will try to milk it out by any ways and shape possible. But we see Knight's aim. We see Shark's calls as well. So where people are flying, they're prepped and ready. This might be the end. Here's the beam coming through. Doesn't land. 2 ARs, but no shots. And an RPG to interrupt them while it's going on is getting crazy. It's a height retake. Maybe it's their own builds on each other. No, it's Stretch and Booga, and they're coming straight for height. Knight has to fight for it. It's Booga. The fast 90s are there. Doesn't get to connect. Stretch goes all the way up, but it's defense that's reigning true at the moment. And still, the pump shots are coming. And oh my God, the speed of Stretch. He has it, but there's still more launches. A lot more to develop. They've gone up so high. Is this probably too close to the sun? Will they fall? Stretch sees it. He might have to connect straight back to Booga and calm down.
I see Acorn still up. Booga way ahead of Stretch. As soon as that fight ended, he made sure that this was going to be connected for the rest of the time. He did get beamed a little bit. Look at Knight and Shark's position so far in front, and Stretch knows it. He knows the targets that he wants to take down, and he is making sure that they have no more of a say on height right here, right now. One thing to note is that because of the late take from Booga and Stretch, they have way more materials, and Shark, it looks like he's out. It looks like he has nothing left. No more mats in the tank.
And if you look at the top 20, looking down from height, we can only really see the top 10. Ved all the way at the back in zone will not be able to survive. Zip is trying to find a way to climb through zone, get up the leaderboard, but will not see a perspective going all the way in. Too many builds in front of him. It's too thick as we see the kill feed at the top left. Masef still getting work done. Clarity, is he finally starting to clutch from up top? Paper Jamper don't have height this time, but have a very good spot in zone to move forward with. They're going to be safe and secure all the way on low ground as they jump back into the home of Booga and Stretch. It's the agency.
That it is, and I don't even think you can recognize it at this stage of the game. It's completely farmed out. Tfue again in this position. Top 15 just came through, but no materials for him, and he puts himself in an even more uncomfortable spot. And against Dubs and Mega, he does take out Mega, though, which has huge implications. Dubs, though, we've seen his clutches. We've seen his skill, his speed in moments just like this. Only 15 builds, and the zone still, actually, is he going to go out the side? No, he considered it for a second. His zone has a little bit unpredictable ways to move. He's going to try to make his way around. Zate's the guy who's blocking him out, but Booga and Stretch still on height.
Yep, all the way from the first zone looking for tags. Now all the way at the end looking for a chance at the #1 spot that Booga himself has been missing for so long. They get the first beam down. The jump gun finally in action at its home arsenal. TJ all the way on low ground with Assault just at a sliver of 2 HP. Trying to see if he can use that grappler, the RPGs and the Scar. It's so sad because he doesn't have the room to actually do it. It's sent it in edgy with a big boomstick coming straight to his box. His reign is over. That loot now gone. The grappler won't be there to contest height. They're still having such a big showcase with these weapons. Dubs is still trying to survive. He sees an RPG from Sent and Edgy before. Gets top 5, has the beam coming through. There's knocks here. I think this might be Paper and Jamper from earlier on that we saw before. He gets a big shot from the back and then denied from the front. Booga and Stretch finally plunking down, trying to end the game here. There's 4 duos left.
AV in this position before. You've seen him clutch at the agency, how he moves and how he works. Edgy and Scented are one of the full duos. Booga down, but Stretch just wipes them as well as TJ. And I think it's going to be a 1 versus 1 when this all ends. TJ goes down, but Stretch clutches up in the final moments. AV thought he had it. He thought he had another clutch at the agency of a lifetime. But Shark might be the only people who had that 20% chance who are still as a full duo. I think Dubs is still alive by himself. Zayt and Saf in the background there too.
This is a reverse situation. We never see these guys on ultimate low, especially when there's water. Once again on this side of the map near Misty, jumping straight back into Lazy Lake. So we could see the return of a city-based endgame, but for now, people will try to start to get back to land. Knight and Shark at the forefront of pressure with an RPG straight from Luca. I know it's above him. Who is that?
Kaz and
I think
Crims.
it might be Kaz and Crims, yes.
Where's Mega? Where's Dubs? Did they get the pickup? Elevate to the side of him. He still has an opportunity to crawl back into top 25. Avxry just landed somewhere up above this. And I can't quite see it. As they make it out the water, hopefully that sound does not continue. And it's up the hill too. This is such a difficult zone to play.
As you will try as a solo though, with Clutcher's clarity and elevate by his side, Rox gets his teammate taken down in front of his eyes and can't do anything about it. He'll work box to box trying to find his way up. My question is, who is on height? Damien finally taken out. Class on Zum and Hoax, both of them going down in an instant. It's Haz and Avxry all the way at the top. Shark and Knight though looming close by. Zayt and Saf also alive. Everyone in the top 10, the top 5 is having a say here. The RPG coming up from Zayt and Saf. Is this their moment to take a game away, to take height? He's trying. Zayt clubbing up a few of his 90s to a tree. He goes up. Him and Haz in the same place. They do have it. Haz gives it up.
It bounces back. It bounces back too, and they don't even break out all that wood layer that Haz the Great and Avxry did make. Zayt, right now, clawing their way back up. Haz and Avxry did have an opportunity there for a second, but Dub's still clutching. 47 points as he gets top 15. No white health. He can't take more than 2 ticks. He's got the heavy snipe.
Whoa.
Haz taken down from Zayt, and also Zaf now holding a split tarp from them as it goes right up the mountain. Dub's still in this though, and they need to take him out if they want to, or overtake him with eliminations.
42 points. These guys just need a few more to take that first place slot. Can it be Zayt? Can it be Saf? They jump up to 44. They get some of that placement all the way up at 10th place. Now 8th. Elevate goes down. Dubs on his own. Gets taken out
49.
by Origins and Skittles. 49 is the point threshold to beat. Zayt has the RPG. He's going straight down. Waterfalls. It's AV at the bottom with Chap. Both still alive back to back. Blake and Assault in the box as well. Rox is surviving, but for how long? Here's the shots coming in. He's going to be taken out to the storm, maybe. Has floppers. There's Blake's grappler, never used before. And then he needs to try to get height. We'll see if it happens in one of these 6 games. Saf and Zayt are still alive here. Chap and AV held up. There's 4 duos left here, Balla. And the competition's not over.
Chap and AV up as well, but they've got to clean this up in terms of eliminations too. There's Origin who gets taken out, and Saf on the pressure to Chap. He's going to do it, and I think that's it. I think they have now just been crowned grand champions of this season's FNCS. Saf and Zayt with a come from behind win.
This is the longest Fortnite loading up ever. Champions of the world, best duo in the game. I had no doubt. Let's freaking go, boys. Let's see, how much did you guys win? How much did you guys win? Let's go. $4,000. Guys, Safaruni is still a free agent. Just saying. Any org owners watching my stream, better hit him up before he's gone.